Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time of day you're listening to us. We are glad you're here because it is the season finale, guys. Thank you so much for being with us across all those episodes. And to wrap up, we are going to be looking at all the different professionals within the built environment and outside of it who come together to create the cities that we love, the places that make us who we are. And because we know not all heroes wear capes, I mean, how awkward would it be to see your resident architect just walk, whooshing around the estate with a bedsheet, masquerading as a super... Either way, the point is, these are the people that we will be acknowledging and we will be exploring in this episode. So let's dive right into it.
Welcome back to another episode of Tomorrow by Design. And not just any other episode, but the finale for season 1.
Yeah!
So, again, a huge thank you for listening to our ramblings for this first season. Sets the foundation for a whole lot more that's coming up. Thank you for the support that we've gotten so far. But anyways, we'll keep that for later. We won't do the vote of thanks quite yet. So this is Louis speaking, by the way. Next to me is...
Louis, they know your voice by now.
Yeah.
You
The
can't
OGs.
leave anything. Okay, thank you. But anyway, so right next to me is, I'm sure you can hear only one female voice today. It's a bit sad, but
Boo-hoo.
yeah, we'll have to work with that today. But anyway, so next to me is a lady who I think and believe looks actually as peng as she sounds.
Best believe.
Which is mid.
Jokes,
But anyway.
Yeah, but hi, it's Leanne.
It's Leanne. And then...
Sidia. Welcome, guys. We love coming back here. It's always a vibe. I hope you guys feel it. You feel it from the other end of this mic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to it. Finale,
Finale.
guys.
I know. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference in the sound quality, but we have a makeshift studio.
Yes.
So I don't know. Yeah, let us know if the sound is better. We're practicing what we preach. It's made from very local. And when I say local, think localest local materials.
Things
Very
really
resourceful
local.
people. You just know that, by the way. Keep that in mind for future. Very resourceful people. But anyway, so I'm sure you've already seen today's topic when you saw this episode on your various platforms. So today we'll be talking about the various quote-unquote superheroes in the built environment, and we'll be assembling them one by one, recruiting all of them into form this super group we call the Built Environment Avengers. We'll have to come up with something catchy, but yes.
Yep, guys, give us suggestions. Now
yes,
it's
please
Built
do.
Environment Avengers.
Maze. So going straight into the group of people who I believe are the more artsy type of the built environment. In my opinion, I see them as the hippies of the built environment professionals. The architects, the visionaries, the guys who essentially translate now your vision. You say that you want a particular house, you want this office space to look like this.
Oh, it's basically turning dreams into homes. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
No, there was an ad. So basically, the architects turn all those crazy ideas that you have when you say, I want a helipad over here.
Oh, yeah.
And then next to it, you have a swimming pool. That's the guy.
That advert on TV. It's like pale no kutakuwa na gate.
Yeah, I think it was housing finance actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Okay, well,
And
if
Mabati
I'm
Rolling
wrong,
Mills. I think
guys,
it was Mabati Rolling
please
Mills.
just... this is
Speaking
not
of Mabati Rolling Mills, our sponsors for today.
Hope,
Nope, we
please.
haven't given us any money. Nope, sorry.
You had us in the first half, my G.
Well, please, if you're listening, I mean, it's not out of the table. Tunaweza ongea.
Yeah, you can. So the blue tent, just find us behind it.
The blue tent.
Thank you.
Bring your checkbooks.
Anyway, so these guys, essentially bring your vision, whatever it is that you're thinking about, your crazy ideas into reality and put them on paper, into plans that now essentially be used during the construction of the project.
Yeah.
So architects will sit down with you, will listen, and I tell you this from that side of the world, for those people who are not necessarily within the built environment space, they have to sift through a lot of stuff that people say that
Okay.
I
Just
will be
give us
frank
like
is not necessary. Is not useful for the whole process, the whole design brief. Nataka nyumba, I just got married the other day, and I want to build this house and nini.
Make it a 3-bedroom, so that because me and my wife are planning to have, in this economy we can't have more than 3.
Yeah, my cousin actually also the other day was just telling me about and wondering how is your cousin and the buildings wapi. But anyway, so they have gone to school, they have studied for these things, they study myriad of things. But basically,
7 years in school
what they
is
don't
good.
do is sleep. They don't sleep.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yes. So when they ask you for that money, please just pay. They're artists. They're like high-end artists. Just pay.
Oh yeah.
Please don't.
They have
pay
enough
with
exposure.
Yeah, they have exactly. They have portfolios of exposure. So
6 years plus of exposure.
Yeah, but in return for your money, you get somebody who will listen, who will learn your life, who will see how they can make a space that can improve on your life, that can make your situation better, give you more happiness, improve your well-being generally. So technically, it's a pretty good investment, paying a good architect.
Basically, what they do is turn that kafuroti maguta into something that is actionable. So a place where you can host your grandchildren, you can have those chamas. You can, I don't know, you can come and say, hey, you want to see my crib? All those, it doesn't matter what age you're in, you'll have us too.
But price of professionalism is key. Key.
And this also goes for because under architecture, we can also talk about landscape architects, interior designers.
Yeah.
So, like making, anyone can make a house, but turning it into a home, all those little quirks and elements that make it, like it
make it home.
Yes, it captures your personality. There's someone who you go to their house and you are afraid that if you blink you'll break a glass because of just it's white, it's crisp, it's clean, very neat and sharp lines. You feel like you've just gotten a paper cut just by looking at them.
It's like living in a gallery or a museum.
Exactly. And then there are places that it's rustic, it's warm, and it's like a hug but in the form of a house. Because of all the colors that have been used, the textures of the curtains, of the rugs, all those things, they add into the personality of a space, and that can also speak to the type of person that you are, right? So interior designers also, don't try and go Pinterest your life and then we come in, we're getting a headache.
Pinterest has good ideas, but
putting it all together to form a coherent space, like a design language, is not that simple. So guys, make use of these people. They went to school for a reason. They did it so that you don't have to. You just chop money, pay the person.
But anyway, so in this project, that this quote unquote project that we have, so the architects, the interior designers have done their thing. They've come up with an architectural plan, so with a site plan, with drawings and everything. So comes in the next set of people. The engineers, masters of structure,
resident engineer.
Now engineers are like they fill in the gaps where simple things don't work. Building a building, you put a brick on a brick, and you don't need an engineer to put a brick on a brick. But when you're building a tower, and you need to make sure that tower is protected from seismic activity, from small earthquakes, it functions efficiently. It keeps the occupants comfortable even when there's so much heat and there's so much cold. Now to do that, you need a specialized set of skills. And that's where that's where they come to America, I would say.
Yes.
Of these Avengers. Yeah. That's where they come in. Yeah, and they go to school for 5 years. Yeah, here in Kenya, they go to school for 5 years. And in those 5 years, they learn a lot about science. They learn a lot about, very theoretical concepts that you guys don't have to worry about because they worry about it. And they make sure that you guys can use that knowledge for your betterment. And all you have to do is pay them. Imagine that. Imagine that. You can buy them with money.
Just your money, nothing else.
Yeah. Inside that meme, akili mtu wangu.
But yeah, that one I can vouch for. I remember doing one unit of structures in actually did it, I think, for like 2 years in uni.
Yeah.
Where?
It was
Mad
bad.
respect.
Yeah,
Mad respect. All that
absolute
math, no.
mechanics.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, congratulations to Sydney. He just handed in his last paper for engineering.
Woof, the report.
Whoop.
It's in there. It's in there. I've joined the Avengers, guys.
You sound like, you sound like Nani, what's his name? Paul Rudd. Ant-Man.
Aha.
I tried the Avengers, man. I tried the Avengers.
I'm an Avenger, guys. Did you hear?
Maza is one of my favorite guys. But anyway. Question. So you said there's a couple of things that the engineers look at.
Yeah.
So number one is, of course, the structural integrity of like buildings and structures.
Yeah.
There's also the materials.
Yeah. Manufacturing the materials in itself is a
Uh-huh.
task of engineering. But then now designing materials, that's engineering and scientist realm. So they test those materials. They see how they can improve their efficiency. How well they transmit heat. They improve how light they are, how environmentally friendly that they are. So you'd say your selection of materials helps with that. But the best side is, or the more practical side is the manufacturing side. For you to cut those stones, you're gonna need to get it out of the ground. You're going to need to slice it up, and then you're gonna need to carry it to your site. So all those activities require engineers. There's an engineer at the mine, making sure that it's harvested correctly. There's mechanics over there making sure the vehicles are working appropriately. And all that results in that block of stone that you see over there. It takes a lot to make that one block of stone.
I don't know if you guys can remember when Sid was telling us about MRG.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's what I was actually thinking about.
yeah.
Energy and embodied energy. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
So, guys,
Yeah,
check
now
that
engineers
out. I
now-
think it was episode 3.
Yeah, it was episode 3. Go back to episode 3.
Just a quick plug.
Shameless plug. We're gonna do it again, guys.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna
Get
do it
used to it.
again.
Yeah. So now we want to talk about the contractors, the guys who actually build out what your architect turned into something tangible. And Louis, tell us more about contractors.
So now, contractors are a very interesting bunch, and I'm trying not to project over here, but but essentially now, once these drawings have been done, I don't want to start.
Okay. We'll
It's a whole other
sidebar for
series
therapy.
of episodes, Mazi. But anyway, now it comes to site, they've been handed over, the contractor has been gotten, has been told, we need this now built. So put these plans on the ground, we need to see them in a specified period of time. So now, the contractors are the guys who essentially will now get the materials, everything, and build your building according to the specifications of the guys who've designed this, the engineers, the architects. So their work purely is to they're just basically grown children, grown adults who are playing with adult Legos,
Yay!
putting them blocks by blocks.
Yep.
But now with Legos it was see those to like, what do you call them, like circles or something,
The
yeah.
interlocking.
the interlocking ninnies.
Yeah.
Now instead of interlocking, which by the way is now
They are.
they are there. So the most widely known use of adult Legos, I'll call them, is we use some mud called Nini Mortar, some Matope. Okay, need to move on from this analogy now. But yes, so yeah, they put these things on ground. They build them on blocks they build them on ground using these adult blocks, adult Legos, and then hand it over back to the clients. So during the entire process, just to make sure that they are not doing their own thing.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I was thinking about the analogy of
Yeah.
of a baker. No, of a baker or a conductor for a music. Because
I think you're about to
boom.
plug project managers.
Oh yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
are like the master of that.
yes.
Of that
Oh, yeah.
orchestra,
So
that
it's,
band.
you
Of
have
which-
you have your brass, you have your strings, so they put all that together to now create the symphony that will be your house. God damn it.
That's dope. Yep.
So under them they employ
It's
a whole
music.
number of
It is music.
to the
Exactly.
Music to the eyes.
Yeah, music to
Music to the eyes.
and under them they'll employ like you were saying, I like that analogy. So as you're saying, they'll now employ a whole set of subcontractors. You'll have your fundis, your masons, your plumbers, your everyone
HVAC
else.
installers.
The HVAC
your
installers.
painter.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone underneath. There are a couple of things that they have to also keep in mind as they're building, especially with the way the world is moving right now. The way the world is moving right now, is they need to take into account sustainability even as they're building. Remember, again the other episode 3, I believe on green building for dummies. So one of the aspects that in the definition for green buildings, it's a building that is environmentally, socially, and economically responsible throughout its life cycle.
Yeah.
During construction.
Yeah.
So that means that could look like efficient use of materials, minimizing the waste that
The waste,
is on
yes.
site.
Yeah.
So those calculations need to be on point so that you don't have too many off-cuts,
Yeah.
things of that
True.
nature.
And the craftsmen have to be skilled so that,
Yes.
so that they don't ruin materials while you.
And the good thing about
For
contractors is, especially for those who've already worked with people, they know the right sub teams to
Yeah.
assemble. So if, let's say, like, if it's
Sub-Avengers.
the sub-Avengers. No, it's like Teen Avengers.
Titans, yes. The Teen Titans.
Oh gosh. Guys, let's focus. We only have 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, by the way. But anyway. I just moved from Marvel to DC. I love it. But yeah, so basically in a nutshell, that's what the contractors do. But moving on from there, and also not forgetting about the construction managers. It's just to quickly mention about them. They've been here for a while. They were still riding, and from what I've seen, under the wider profession of project management, which I can only say, and I stand corrected, in Africa, I think the only two places where they are formally recognized in the market is here in Kenya and South Africa, if I'm not wrong. So they've been trying to find their space around within the built environment, which is an interesting thing to see. I mean, already we have this very famous feud between the architects and the engineers.
Yeah, and now put in some project manager.
Now putting the project
Telling
manager
you
who's
what
now
to do.
fighting.
Telling you what to
Enter
do.
contestant 3.
So now the architect is like, no, but I'm the chief Nini, so I'm the chief, I'm the owner of the design, so I'm the one who oversees everything. And the project manager is like,
Well, yes, but no.
yeah. Keep calm, bro. But anyway, but also at the time when we're recording this, not too long ago, we were seeing something about a bill for the construction managers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
to make sure, and it's important. I think it's important that the roles are standardized.
Yeah.
So that to make sure that they're responsible for these building projects, they're responsible for these construction projects, and if calamity happens, it's lives that are on the line.
Oh yeah.
So it should be regulated just like any other business.
Exactly.
If architects who are making designs are regulated, then why shouldn't the builders themselves also be regulated?
Oh yeah.
I think it's a step in
And
the
it's
right direction.
And it's a step in the right direction, actually, for like you're saying, for the project management profession in the built environment.
And I think just for the larger community, just because then responsibility can be apportioned very well, and that also means accountability for people's lives. Because I don't know how frequently building codes get revised, and who's in charge.
Hey,
of
We'll
all
have a
of that.
story.
So yeah, cliffhanger.
they
Wait for
they
that
got one
episode.
from Britain in 19 and they're like, let's get that.
1902, we
Wow.
got a code.
And if you see the way it's written, it sounds like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If a code was a person.
Yeah, if you see the text, it just looks like that.
So yeah, we'll have an episode on that.
And
in the
then so just to kafunga on the contractors bit. So yeah, the contractors will now build the actual building from plan to the ground to now real life, and then from there it will be handed over back to the clients. And then essentially we're really simplifying this, but so once it's handed back, we have a building.
Yeah.
So now we have a building, a collection of buildings, and roads and systems and everything else will come to
Guess what we have now? A city.
exactly. And who else but to govern how this shit is? Wait.
Okay, let me jump in to help a brother. So basically, a city. Think of it's okay. Yeah, if it's a bad city, that's what it's called.
Love it.
Oh yes. If it's not sustainable, if it's not livable, you know what it is. So think of that collection, because it's like clockwork. There's so many cogs that are in the back for you to just see something like the clockwork itself. So there are gears, there's springs, there's blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, that blah 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 is me testing your reflex. If you weren't listening now, you're like, did she just say blah blah blah? Yes. Come back to the conversation. So, because as a house can't exist in a vacuum. You need to get to places, you need to get to work, you need to get to, drop your kids off or have your kids get picked up by the bus or walk there. I don't know. You need lighting, you need all that waste. It needs to go somewhere, right? How light gets to your house or to your office, it needs to get there somehow. So all those things need to be planned in a way, or need to be organized in a way that makes sense and that can ferry people like, you can imagine if everywhere, including while you're walking, it's traffic. And so what urban planners do is they organize. It's like Monopoly, but in real life. You have your banks, you have all these other elements in the built environment that support living and living fully. But if it's done badly, oh my God.
So when you see cities sprouting up like Nairobi, like Nakuru and whatnot, there's a whole lot that goes behind it. I think in Kenya, they're mostly known as town planners is the term that I've had a lot. So town planners, urban planners, sort of the same thing. I have grown an interest on these kind of professionals, the urban planners, mostly because I see them like a Swiss Army knife. Of the built environments. So just building on what Lian was saying, they have to look at a myriad of aspects and marry them together to make sure that the people living in there live in a sustainable way, enhances their quality of life, is what I'm trying to say. So they do that by looking at, of course, there's the environmental, social, economic aspect, but there's also now bringing in the different players. So they'll still bringing again the architects, the engineers. They'll also bring in the bankers, like you were saying.
Because you need funding,
you need money,
you need money.
So as actualize your dream.
Also, as an urban planner, you not only have to control all those things, you don't have to make sure that the roads are safe, that there's a hospital around every area, that there's a school around every area. But you also have to do that while ensuring that the people who are going to do this, they have to be convinced to do it. They have to be motivated to do it. So that's where the money comes from. So besides managing all the aspects of designing a city, they also have to manage the people. And I think that's a big challenge. I think that's the biggest challenge for truly planning a city, because you're planning using chaos.
Because people are not predictable. They're not like bricks. Where, if I put one on top of another, it'll stay there until I move it or someone else does. But people are a bit
Or they've decided, I want to start this business and that's what I'm going to do. And try to tell them, oh no, our city will let you go if you open that. They're like, excuse me, no, I'm going to do it still.
Whose land is it?
Whose land?
Who spent the money? I will do with it what I say. Please, sir.
No, but that's true. I mean, and then also, aside from that, I mean, to be truly honest, if I can ask you this question, do you really think that the urban planning profession is that recognized?
I don't.
Because to be honest, the only
from
thing...
where I sit, just because I'm not standing. Anyway, from where...
Come on.
From where, I don't think so. Like, I've only come to hear of urban planners in the last 2 years. Like hearing and then knowing one or two.
And usually they are contractors, or they do another job, but they also do urban planning.
And those are the ones I know of.
Even those are the ones I know of. I don't know anyone who decides to. We're doing... They're full-time an urban planner and they make their money from being an urban
even
planner.
Town like for the few built environment gigs I've gone to, and then I hear town planner, I'm like, the mythical creature. No one spook it.
It's home. It's the UN habitat.
I see what you did.
If you look behind me, you will see the rare towners planners.
No.
Yes, but this is serious.
But
I think that their role should be advisory. It should to offer advice to governments and to cities.
Exactly.
So that they can be able to implement now the policies and to implement the laws that will help help make what they're planning a reality.
Yes.
Because they can't work on their own. As in, they don't have this. There's no one person with that capacity.
Exactly.
It has to be government. It has to be an overseer to play that role.
That's true. So
I wonder whether government utilize utilize this sort of urban planners.
That's a good
I don't
And-
think
and-
to
and-
their full potential is what I'm thinking.
I mean, if
Oh.
you're a town planner or an urban planner who's listening to us, please reach out. We are very curious, and we have too many questions that
Yeah.
we
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't know where to go to start looking for answers.
I'm sure our listeners do too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So please reach out.
Well, there's one I can think of, but I don't think I'll name them for that very reason. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be difficult, but anyways, yeah. So, yes, moving on. So clearly, urban planners are also another key player within the built environment. So generally, sustainability as a buzzword within the building sector has really picked up in the past few years.
Yeah.
And with that also has grown a class of professionals within the built environment called the sustainability experts. Sustainability experts are basically professionals in the built environment that will promote green building and sustainable building practices in one way or another. So the most widely recognizable professions, I'd say, are these guys who are certified by NEMA, the EIA professionals.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Environmental impact assessment
Yes.
professionals. Yes. So those are the ones, in my opinion, who are the most widely recognized. Then,
Sustainability experts.
yes. As far as what they do,
Yeah, what do they really do? What if you're a sustainability expert? When you wake up in the morning,
What should
do
we
you go-
expect
what
are
do you
your
go do?
services?
sasa swali kwenyu, mi hata mi sijui. But I know they do assessments.
Yeah, I think they do assessments on Edge, so they play the role. If you go back to our green building podcast, yeah, you'll get a really good outline of that. So they play the role of regulator, possibly, right? So they take a project and they use tools like IFC Edge or Green Star rating, and they assess how sustainable that building is. So when they wake up in the morning, they're probably looking at drawings. They're probably talking to architects, talking to engineers, talking to all the stakeholders who are building this project, talking to the clients and seeing what are these clients' priorities, what do they want for themselves in the future, and in that way they're able to align their goals, the goals of this client, to the greater goals of our society to be more sustainable.
Cause less environmental harm. So they also come in handy early on in the project, because if the piece of land that you have is close to a river, so you might be in a riparian land, but because of the season, you don't really know that.
Yeah.
That the river will swell and then your house will either get damaged or because the water might get in, or if it doesn't, because it's so close, over time it'll just keep sipping the water, and that over time has consequences. So either your house will continually be damp, which will then roll into health
mold.
problems. So like it's a terrible ripple effect. So these are the same guys who will check for that.
So they're risk managers.
They're
Yeah,
risk managers. Yes. So what is and if you're going to clear, like right now at the rate we are clearing urban greenery, we haven't. Honestly, I'm curious. I have questions, and I don't want to blame. Yeah,
consulted.
like are they consulted for those projects, and who signed off on that project happening as it is? Because other than let's say even with the urban heat that will come off of chopping down too many trees, my question then becomes, are there now assembling a few of those people, so the EIA guy, what do you think will be the impact if we do this and this and that, right? Including drainage, how does that affect other things? And then is there an architect or an engineer who can then help me build with nature, like in as much as yes there are root systems somewhere, and those may affect the stability of my foundation, let's say over time. What is the likelihood of that over years? Can you give me a projection?
Can you quantify it?
Yeah. And also as the expert, when your client, because nowadays people are a bit more educated, they know what they want, and I know specifically even for the Kenyan market, they're very demanding, so they will ask questions. So are you willing to answer those questions? And if you found that one client who is asking you questions and you're not used to that, because people just defer to you because you are the expert, do you then say, you know what, give me some time, let me see if there are newer, because you don't have to
It's
say you
about
don't
honest
know.
and open communication.
And at the same time, you don't have to say you don't know outrightly, because then I'll be like, am I paying you all this money? And what did you go to school for? So you can just give yourself a bit of time to then go research on how to accomplish on it, or say, oh, I have a friend whose speciality is projections on environmental. Yeah. Like, I don't know if there are statisticians who are into environmental projections or things like risk management in the environmental sector. Because nowadays, even with let's say like with the urban planners and the kind of issues that we are now facing that can't be addressed by just one person, one lone wolf. If you're a Batman, and this was, you see, if you're a DC guy and you're a Batman, you do everything alone. You may.
The Avengers don't do that.
Avengers don't do. We don't do that here. Because you will need people who have specialized skills, and it's not. I mean, I think collaboration is way more fruitful. Yes. So just say, I have a friend, and this is what share. There's enough cake to go around. So also.
And I'm sure your clients also understand that you don't have all the solutions. But what they pay you for and what they expect from you is that you'll give your 100%.
Yes.
And your 100% will produce results. Because if that's the career you've chosen, then it has to, or else, guy.
Yeah, that's true. So
when your clients ask you questions, don't. I would take that as a badge of honor, because then it keeps you sharp
and
very relevant. Yes, and that's a good client. And the referrals that will probably come out of that particular client will be worth your time and effort.
And I think a lot of the people who get into being sustainability experts, they really have a passion for the environment. They really have a passion for society, for people.
Well, unless really your parents said, hapa ndio kuna pesa.
But when you wake up every day and you try to make this world better, you try to reduce the amount of carbon that your building is emitting, inherently you will grow to love this planet. And if you do truly love this planet, and your end goal should be the betterment of everybody. And if a client comes to you and pushes you to places that you're not yet explored, places that you're not yet gone to, then that's a wonderful challenge.
Yes, because then
that's what you want.
You get to experiment and probably be a pioneer in your field. Which, and I mean, how, like, I want to hear Njogona or Ranolo being, quoted as the father of, or the mother of.
We have a better planet. Guys, we're not all going to die.
Yes.
And it's thanks to Joy over here. Thanks to Will over here. No,
so please, just be open to questions as experts in your field. So.
It's odd because it implies that you know all and you are.
Ooh.
But are you? But it doesn't encourage.
Is it the yellow jumper?
It could be the yellow jumper.
Because the rays of wisdom just emanating.
That's what experts should be looked at.
But anyways, in a nutshell, so now we have two classes of sustainability experts, I'd say, at the moment. So we have the EIA experts, the environmental impact assessment experts, regulated by NEMA. So yes, there's NEMA, and then we also have now the classes of sustainability experts that have sprouted from the green building certification systems. You had what Sid was saying, from Edge, Green Star, and the likes. And the good thing with those things is that they come back with feedback on showing how sustainable or not sustainable your project is and the steps you can take. It's not just umeangusha, you've dropped the ball here.
But I think I can add a third class, the business oriented sustainability.
Yes, corporate sustainability.
So they assess your entire business, your entire supply chain based on these principles of how much carbon are you emitting, what impact do you have on the people who work for you and their families, what impact do you have on the greater environment, what impact are you making socially, do you make the cost of tissue paper cheaper? Then that's good. Then that means you're touching lives that actually need this. And if you're able to report that, so there's different initiatives for reporting. There's global reporting initiative, those climate bond standards.
ESG frameworks.
There's ESG frameworks, and the work KGBS guys are doing with ESG. All that is it to make better businesses. We're not gonna make a better world by forcing ourselves to. We have to ingrain it into our activities. We have to ingrain it into our businesses. It is. And it's the system that we've set up. And it's got us this far. I say don't abandon it. I say finish the job. Just make it leaner. Improve it until it becomes what we need.
Kaizen.
So that's where the third class of sustainability experts, that's what they do.
Well,
I like that view on not looking at businesses or capitalism as because everything is neutral until you imbue certain like a virtue or a vice onto it. So
It's like fire. You can't say fire is inherently evil. It's right. It gives you warmth. Yeah, it's gotten our population to 8 billion people. Yeah, without consumerism, without that wouldn't have happened.
And looking at it from like a superhero, supervillain point of view, each of them, there was a dramatic point in their lives, and they chose either this path or that. Yeah, it was a fork in the road. And okay, all-time orphan. Do you become a superhero
or a supervillain? Go.
no. Maze.
So yeah, let's look at how to use capitalism as a force for good. Yeah,
which is true.
And I think that's where the climate bonds thing comes in, where they use
green bonds.
Yeah, green bonds, green financing.
Yes.
ESG financing. So investors use ESG parameters. Besides, how much profit you're getting, what's the ROI, what's the rate of return, but also looking at what effect does this have on the environment, what effect does this have on society. All those parameters, they don't have a money value to it, and they're not included in normal accounting.
Yeah.
But they should be included because they really have an impact on us as a people.
Yeah.
So ESG is like accounting for those parameters, accounting for those soft call them soft parameters or soft values. Yeah. The university guys, I don't know much about this.
So now here's where I think these are the type of people who in some cases, just as you're saying, like architects and engineers, they're kind of in a tough war. I'm the guy in charge. No, I'm the guy in charge. No, cash me outside. But then the guys that we don't really I'm not sure how much they are involved in such projects are now those social scientists that you're saying, right? So the social, because at the end of the day, it's about people, right?
Yeah.
It's about the health of the people. It's about crime, justice, law, all those things. So how are we creating what we call behavioral settings? So are we incorporating culture? Are we so guys, historians, guys who've done literature, sociologists who looks at the dynamics between different groups of people, psychologists who look at the individual and the different stages of their lives. So even the conversation about mental health, do we have spaces that foster or encourage mental health? Because take, for instance, now for young people to find a public space to go and just hang out without their parents thinking that they're, God knows what, they're selling kidneys or trading in what you're cryptocurrency cancelling it's very hard, and it's not like there's such a high rate of unemployment. So where are they getting the money to go chill at a Java or at Cultiva? Right? Yeah. So are we creating public spaces that are accessible but at the same time feel safe? Because now the other thing is you have your Uhuru Park, but there's some people who will think that's where all my things are going to be stolen if I decide to go chill for free.
And that's not good for their mental health.
And that's not good for their mental health, because the 50 bob they were saving for fare, done. So, if it's now thinking about where you put a bus stop, a bus stop terminus, like the one that's on Gong Road, and you're thinking, first of all, who are you making it for? Like, I get, yes, we needed a road but are you thinking about how people use those spaces? And that's where now people like service designers come in. Because if we look at the city as a service, you need to ferry people from one place to another. Now, there's a good chance now, maybe based off of research and even simple observation, someone who's working in Westlands and is below a certain age, you can tell this is their first job, and maybe they don't have a godfather who's sponsoring them getting there. They live in a place where rent is much cheaper, right? Yeah. So how do you make life a little bit easier for them if they have to walk from railways all the way to Koja to get a matatu, and then they get to the office late, because the guy kept on saying beba, and it's 58 minutes later, and I'm the one who's in the matatu. Why are you hitting the matatu? Like, am I?
I mean, I'm already inside, man.
It's the guys out on the... Anyway, so they get to the office late. Their bosses, will probably go off on them. Why are you coming in late? And so they have a crappy day, and that will trickle. So when you look at all that, you're just looking at the journey of that one person. If that was...
But you need to do that for each.
For exactly. So how many other personas do you have in the city?
So is that okay? Question.
These personas are changing.
So is
over
that
time.
now how user experience and user?
Yes. So it's user
design.
experience. Yes. What is the user experience of the people that you're building for? Especially, I think this question is mostly important for urban planners or urban thinkers, because the other thing is, I feel like to be in the built environment, you need to think as an urban thinker, right? How does my project as an architect fit into the larger picture?
Yeah.
Right? It's not just, this is my build, this is the only thing I'm working on, and that's it. Like having the blinders on and being blind to the fact that if I'm constructing a 50-story building directly in front of a mansionette. So, and I'm basically blocking out the entire sun. There's no privacy for that guy. How am I affecting the people around me? Because again, it's about community. And what we forget is that, yes, we want to be these happy-go-lucky people who are like, hey, positive vibes all the time. But truth is, in between the positive vibes, there's the glue of toxic vibes at one point or another.
Yeah.
And I think we should be able to acknowledge that. So you block out my son. Of course, over time, the guys living in the mansionette are going to be resentful of the people living in the...
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, and that's where you start hearing stories like, hey, wow, najionanga juu, blah, 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 blah. So,
a divided population, a divided society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why inclusion is important.
It is. Yeah. So if someone who's in a wheelchair can't get from point A to B, how do they feel as part of the community?
Especially if part B is a hospital or where you go collect your driver's license or a place where
especially that
everybody
one,
needs.
yes.
Yeah, a place where everybody needs. Why should they be a burden? As in, why should it be difficult for them to get there just because of their state? And it wasn't that, right? So a thriving society is where when each and every individual is accounted for. So social scientists do that job for us. They try to figure out what's the data behind everything. What's the science behind? How can we figure out how to satisfy everybody with the resources that you have now, or with whatever skills we have now.
Because another thing I usually think about is we do census every 5 years.
Yeah.
So
10.
10. Okay, 10 years. My bad. Clearly I've time traveled. And 2 years are like, anyway. Some of that information, all I think is if we know these are how many people, because I think we have relied on quantitative data, which is also good, but it's time we take it a step higher and go to qualitative. Because yes, we can know how many people are living in this particular place, and we can make assumptions that obviously people are in this places because one, it provides more opportunities for business, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then when you also involve someone who's done political science in the building of a city, you can then kind of tweak, as Sid said, that the needs of people are changing, right? So if we are making a plan for 10 years, and we have a guy who can then extrapolate that plan into 50 years, because that means whoever is being born now, by the time they're 50, what will their journey be like in life? Where are they going to work? How are they going to work? Blah, blah. And then out of that, because then all when you assemble all these Avengers, it's about making a better country, right? So it's how many schools are going to be built in a particular place. If we want to depressurize certain points in a city, it means we need to create opportunities outside of that city in other underutilized areas that could use, and not in the forest.
No, it has to be accessible.
It has to be accessible. And no, this is actually because why have we
not
the
in
logging
forest.
conversation?
Yeah.
We have deserts somewhere that already don't have trees.
That you can't grow anything.
That you
on.
can't grow anything. Why not make that place the place that can have what's the place?
Maybe
Israel.
it's too far for the trucks.
I mean,
It's too far for the logging trucks.
Here's my I will counter that with, we built a road on top of another road. Can we not build one where none exist?
True.
So there's some things like that where you look at, yes, the population is higher. Maybe we need a road here,
Mm-hmm.
an additional. We need sandwiches of roads. But then,
High as they
how
can
about
go.
yes?
Yeah.
But how about if we invested in a different place and made that place habitable enough? Then we don't necessarily need to create
Yeah.
more resources where some already exist, right?
Yeah.
So those are some of the conversations that then would come up. And in as much as, yes, there would be differences in opinions, because there's a training that comes with being, let's say, an architect or a lawyer, and so you're taught to think a certain way. But if you're open-minded enough to try and see it from another person's perspective, and there's a longer-term vision, then it becomes easier. However, those long-term people need to be balanced out by guys who are actualizing plans today,
Yeah.
because you'll just
Otherwise,
remain in that bubble.
Yeah.
of-
It'll be a big models in
Yes.
a room, but very few people know about that. Nairobi could be like this because there's no person to put it on the ground, to put it on paper.
Yeah. And then there's also guys like who are in comms, who how do we then know or access certain information that we would like to know? Say, for example, as you're saying, with coming up with structures for construction managers. How is that information being publicized so that whoever needed to access it, it would be easy for them to get that information?
Yeah.
So it's like weaving a web of a network from very different industries whose common interest is a better tomorrow, a greener and green not in the just the public, the PR,
The mainstream
sense,
media.
No.
but it's actual.
It's actually,
my
it's
interest.
actually a better world.
Yes. So, I mean, because I'm sure there are times you sit with people and you're wondering, if we are all thinking this way, how come none of it is showing up in the places that we are in, right? And I think it's one of the reasons we started talking about these things, to see who else is out there and would you like to assemble?
Just a humble question.
Kindly.
Kindly.
The seed has done his
the
puppy dog,
emoji.
guys. And the emoji.
But anyways, yeah, I think we've covered pretty much the major players within the built environment. There are a whole number of guys that we probably haven't covered. If you think there's anyone we haven't talked about, you can let us know in the comments wherever you listen to this podcast from. But yeah, hopefully this gets your feet wet in terms of who does what within the built environment. And again, just pushing the agenda that these guys have studied for this, have learned the principles that are essential for creating a built environment that works for everyone. So it actually does pay in the long run to have an architect or an engineer in your project,
It
or an
does.
urban planner. Again, this is just me calling out personally to all the Kikuyu landlords. I have beef with you.
Hey, Kikuyu Godek people,
Yes.
please.
I have beef with you guys.
Don't
Please.
let me
Musiruke.
tell you.
Cheap is expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that is it, and we are at the end of this.
Remember, guys,
Episode.
every decision, every action that we do in this built environment, it affects lives. It affects livelihoods, and it all matters. So let's all be the Avengers that we need to protect our planet.
Well said.
Green heroes, unite!
Oh, yes, please follow us on our socials, please.
Or share this with someone who you know needs an architect or is curious about
I'll share it with that architect.
With our Kikuyu Gothic
that you needs to know a few, needs to interact kidogo.
And if you'd like to hear from these guys themselves, the different roles and players that we've said, stay tuned.
Stay
The
tuned.
Avengers will return.
Yeah.
Season
The Avengers are always there.
in DVD season 2.
guy. And if you're a DC lover, please, also the what is that unit called? Superman's
League.
Justice League.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Append
Yes.
everything to
Superhero related,
to
yeah.
Justice League.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm a DC fan myself. Yes, so thank you again, guys, for sticking with us for the entire season. A lot of big things planned for the next season, so stay tuned.
Ooh.
Share this with a friend. Let them play this season 1 on repeaters. We plan our stuff for season 2.
Yep.
At least they get to binge our content. And yeah, that's it. Please don't shy away from connecting with us on our socials, on anywhere else. If you have any comments and anything or a topic that you'd like for us to cover.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's it. We would like to say goodbye.
Oh, bye.